Nananawagan ang mga miyembro ng Makabayan Bloc sa liderato ng Kamara na aksyonan na ang inihaing impeachment complaints laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Kasunod ito ng paghahain ng mga miyembro ng religious groups, pare at abogado ng ikatlong impeachment complaint laban sa bise noong Huwebes, December 19. Nakasentro ang complaint sa pagkastos ni Duterte sa confidential funds ng Office of the Vice President or OVP at Department of Education or DepEd at umano'y panunuhol sa mga opisyal. The filing of 3 separate impeachment complaints from various sectors of society shows the gravity of Vice President Sara Duterte's misuse of 612 million pesos in confidential funds. Hindi na maaring palagpasin pa ang ganitong kalaking pang-aabuso sa pera ng bayan, ayon kay ACT Teachers Representative Franz Castro. Ang bawat araw na dumadaan na hindi natin ito inaksyonan ay another day of impunity. The Filipino people deserve to know the truth about how their hard-earned tax money was spent. Ayon naman kay Gabriela Representative Arlene Brosas, these are not mere technical violations, but point to systematic corruption and betrayal of public trust. Pahayag ni Kabataan Representative Raul Manuel. Samantala, binusisi na ng Department of Justice ang rekomendasyon ng House Quad Committee na kasuhan ng Against Humanity sina dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, pati na sina Senator Bongbong, Ronald Bato de la Rosa, at iba pa dahil sa madugong anti-war campaign ng nakaraang administrasyon.
Earlier na binuo na task force on extrajudicial killings, nakapagsimula na po sa magkalap ng ebidensya. At i-consolidate po natin yan kasama ng bagong committee report ng Quadcom. So, pinagsama-sama po natin yan, magkakaroon tayo ng evaluation at we will have a follow-up investigation and additional subpoenas to be issued to witnesses so that we will complete the necessary evidence to determine whether this crime of IHL, International Humanitarian Law, or crimes against humanity was really committed.
Sir, ipapasabina po ba si dating Pangulong?
We will look into that possibility. But as of now, there are already admissions on record made by the former president, and that is evidence that is admissible because these are all under oath and in a public proceeding.
Sir, immune pa ba siya? First, para lang po maintindihan na po ng publiko kasi dati po siyang Pangulo.
Well, definitely the past presidents, and I'm referring to anybody, all past presidents are no longer immune from suit. Only the sitting president is immune from any legal suit during his time.
Sa ambush interview sa Pasay City, sinabi ni Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. na titignan ng DOJ kung may panahon pa para sampahan ng kaso ang tatlo. Pag-aaralan din aniya ng DOJ kung anong kaso ang karapat-dapat na isampa kay Duterte at iba pang sangkot sa anti-war campaign.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Well, the DOJ has to make that assessment. So, may recommendation ng Quadcom, ganun naman talagang proseso. When they do an oversight hearing, meron silang findings, i-forward nila ngayon sa DOJ with their own recommendations as to how to handle the findings in the hearings. So, we will go now to DOJ, and the DOJ will look at it and see if there are, in this time to file cases, what cases to file, how to produce the evidence that we will need to actually build the case up. So, titignan pa yan, marami rin pa kailangan pa i-assess na mabuti kung ano yung maaaring maging kaso, kung tama ba yung direksyon ng rekomendasyon ng committees from the House.
Base sa 43 pahinang report ng Quadcom, may pananagutan din sa batas sina dating Philippine National Police Chief Oscar Albayalde at Dibold Sinas, retired Police Colonel Ruhina Garma at Edelberto Leonardo, pati na si dating Palace Assistant Ermina Muking Espino.
Question for Mark Taguba. Bakit enrolled ka na sa Davao? naharang pa yung container na fina-facilitate mo for release?
Ayun po, Your Honor. Sabi ko rin po minsan, ano lang din nila yan para magbigay ka sa kanila, additional na payment. Pag nag-alert naman sila, hindi marami. Unti-unti lang. Pero syempre, kahit isang container lang ang ma-alert dyan, malaking halaga po yun yung laman ng container. So, kaaregluhin mo talaga siya. So, sa aking side, patingin ko po, para siyang additional income. Parang siguro, may sila ngayong araw, kailangan nila ng pera. So, mga haras sila ng tao. Pupunta ka sila, mag-aareglo.
Mark, I am talking about the container which had this metal cylinder with illegal drugs. Was it a coincidence na siya yung na-check? Or is there other reason behind kung bakit sa kabila ng enrollment mo sa Davao Group, naharang itong shipment na to?
Hindi po siya naharang eh. Sabi ko nga po, green lane po siya.
Green lane.
Opo. So, dire-diretso po siya. Wala po siyang x-ray, wala po siyang physical examination. At talagang wala kaming alam na kung may to. Sa katunayan nga, ang tagal nga na-release eh. May 15 pa dumating yung container, sinabi ko na yun noon. At May 24 pa siya na-deliver.
So, how was the shabu contained in the metal cylinder discovered?
Ayun po, nagkaroon ng raid sa May 26 sa Valenzuela. At yun, binuksan nila yung cylinder doon. Doon nila nalaman na may shabu yung cylinder.
The discovery happened after the release,
Yes po.
when the same is already in the warehouse.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Kanina sabi mo, wala sa packing list yung metal cylinder. Tama ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Anong naging basis ng implication mo dito sa metal cylinder when the same is not written among the items in the packing list?
Ayun po, ang tanging ebidensya lang po nila is yung logbook ng Hongfei na di umano, nung nagdiskarga dun sa container na yun, merong 5 cylinder na diniskarga doon sa container na yun.
And who prepared that logbook?
Yung Hongfei din.
Would you know who is that employee or representative of Hongfei? Kasi pwede ko namang basta isulat lang yan eh.
Yun nga po.
Na may kasama siyang metal cylinder, when in fact, wala.
Yun po. Yun po, kasama po yun sa aming depensa na bakit yun ang pinagbasehan nila, yung pwede mong isulat na lang kahit sino. Samantalang sa amin, meron kami mga dokumento na in-examine yan sa China. At hindi naman po yan ninakaw eh. Dumaan yan sa Bureau of Customs eh.
So, was the person who unloaded the cargo from the container while in the warehouse already, was he presented in the court?
Yung nag-unload po, hindi po. Hindi po
So, it was only
yung prepare lang po nung yung unhigh packing list na sinasabi nila. Na, yun
Wait, sabi mo kanina the packing list which goes with the bill of lading does not
Hindi po yun.
include...
Hindi po siya kasama doon. Kaya nga nagulat kami. Bakit may iba pang packing list?
In other words, dalawa yung packing list ngayon.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Packing list that goes with the bill of lading nung dumating yung shipment.
Yung packing list na pinresent niya doon sa court, kailanman hindi ko pa nakita yun. At hindi rin yun dumaan sa Bureau of Customs. Kaya kino-contest namin yun eh. Saan ang galing yung packing list na yun?
Were you not able to keep your own copy of this customs documents, importation documents, para sana na-prove mo that the packing list that they are offering to the court is different from the real and actual packing list?
Yun nga po, Your Honor, hindi kami pinakinggan dyan.
But were you able to keep for yourself
Opo,
copy of the importation documents?
Opo, pinresent po namin yan.
Yun bang documents mo, do they bear the stamp of the
Yes.
BOC that they were processed already?
Yes po, Your Honor. Mismong BOC.
Tapos yung packing list nila, mayroon ding tatak ng BOC.
Wala po. Ano nga lang po siya eh, gawa-gawa lang eh. So, Yun nga, kahit sino pwedeng gawin yun. So bakit yun yung sinuportahan ng korte, no? At
Mr. Chair, we are talking about here about two packing lists. One with the stamp of the Bureau of Custom and the other without the stamp of the Bureau of Custom. I just want to manifest how come if the one with the stamp was likewise presented in court, present nyo ba?
yes po. After po yung present namin, tsaka lahat po ng dokumento na dumaan po sa BOC.
I just want to state for the record, Mr. Chair, why between these two documents, the one with the stamp of the BOC and the one without the stamp, the one which was appreciated in hearing the case, is this one which doesn't bear the stamp of the BOC? That is a manifestation, Mr. Chair. And kanina po, sabi ni Mr. Guban, thank you Mr. Taguba, since time immemorial, aba nakakaalarma po yan. Napakarami po ng estudyante ng Customs Administration. And even myself, I was able to teach a lot of Bachelor of Science in Customs Administration students. It is quite alarming na ang dadat na nilang sistema sa BOC has been installed since time immemorial. Talo pa, Mr. Chair, ang principle of law since time immemorial. So, in this light, Mr. Chair, I wish to share to the committee, I hope this is the one of the actual forms which are being used as bill of lading. Secretariat, please. Mr. Guban, based on your experience as an employer official of BOC for a long period of time, please walk us through. Paano po ba ginagamit itong form na ito? And I wish to give emphasis also to his statement earlier. Dapat dun sa loading pa lang, kilala na natin kung sino yung shipper. And if the shipper, I do not understand why he should be different from the owner of the shipment or the exporter. If they are two different persons, I wish that the names of both should be reflected. That is for us to be able to determine the parties accountable for the contents of the container. Not only that, Mr. Chair, pagdating dito sa Pilipinas, kung ang consignee is different from the owner, the identity of both must be disclosed as well. And we have to emphasize also that this bill of lading, if I am not mistaken, is under oath. Bawal magsinungaling. I remember, Mr. Chair, during our hearing in the Dangerous Drugs Committee about the illegal drugs which was apprehended at Empire 999 in Mexico, Pampanga. Ito pong form na ito ay napakaraming iniwan na blanko. Reason kung bakit hindi natin matrace kung sino ang party accountable. So, I wish to bring this as well to the attention of the BOC. Aanin po ba natin yung mga cells na yan? Yung mga blankong yan, kung hindi po natin uobligahin ang mga parties concerned to fill in the necessary and accurate information. Bakit po kailangan nating mag-process, tumanggap ng bill of lading na bungi-bungi? So that in case of illegal kargamento or contraband, hindi maintindihan kung sinong hahabulin. And the worst scenario is, the people in between, naghanap buhay lang, natuwa dun sa kita nila, like the consignee for hire, like the custom broker, both are totally unaware of the contents of the container, sila ang nakukulong. So, Mr. Chair, may we request Jimmy Guban, ano po ba dapat sinusulat dito sa bill of lading na ito? Please walk us through as to the actual practice at the BOC. Pasensya na po sa taga-BOC, parang mas marami pong alam si Jimmy Guban kaysa sa ating mga resource persons from BOC.
Your Honor,
Mr.
dapat po
Chair.
yung, thank you po, Your Honor. Dapat po yung bill of lading, advance po na dumadating yan sa port, sa Bureau of Customs, lalo na po sa Office of the Commissioner, then sa Office ng District Collector, din pababa po. So doon po malalalaman na natin kung ano ang mga kargamento base doon sa sinulat nila. Yes, ba?
Mr. Guban, let's start with the parties. Sino po yung mga parties concerned whose names must appear in the bill of lading?
Your Honor, mas maganda po kung umpisahan ko siguro sa consignee. Kasi pag
Consignee.
bill of lading, from galing lang yun abroad eh. So yung consignee, yung accreditation ng customs, kompanyero. Ang consignee kasi wala isang warehouse. Yun yung importer natin dito sa Pilipinas. So yung consignee, inaaprobahan nung na-assign pa ako noon. Before
Mr. Guban, are you trying to say that the consignee and the importer is one and the same person?
Meron yan ma'am na isa lang, merong iba. Kaya nga po may shipper, may bill of lading. Galing po yun doon sa shipper. So pagdating dito sa Pilipinas po, kung bill of lading na, may kasama na po yun na advance foreign manifest from the shipping line. So yung port of loading, nakalagay na po yun doon sa lahat. Ibig sabihin, from the port of loading, nakadeklara po yun doon sa packing list kung ano yung laman po ng container. So yung container po doon from the port of loading, iba-iba po nun ang may-ari. Kaya po mayroong tinatawag kaming consolidator abroad. Sa isang di 20 or di 40, there are instances na mayroon pong 3 o 5 ang may-ari.
Okay, let me interrupt. How do we determine who are the owners of the different packages contained in one container facilitated by one consolidator?
Your Honor, to tell you frankly, wala na po. Isa na lang ang may-ari nun, yung shipper na lang.
Shipper na lang.
Opo, yung nagpadala dito. Yung tunay na may-ari nun, sila na nag-uusap from the port of origin hanggang dito sa Pilipinas.
In other words, the real owners of this shipment talks to the shipper.
To the shipper, Your Honor.
They pay the shipper also
That's correct, Your Honor.
for allowing their shipment to be contained in the container.
Opo, Your Honor.
And we have no document to show kung sino ang may-ari, actual owner ng mga shipment na ito, except for the shipper.
Except for the shipper, Your Honor, then even the company, if that is authentic or original na galing doon sa port of loading. Dito sa atin, ang dokumento marami sa recto eh. So, yun po, Your Honor, dapat chine-check para yung bill of lading masabi natin di na tama. So, para pagdating doon sa, ibinangga nyo po yun sa consignee, yung importer na. Pagdating po dito, yung consignee kasi, yun yung lumalabas na importer, sila ngayon ang magdideklara, yung license broker. So sila ang magdideklara kung ano po yung mga inimport nila base doon sa shipper papunta ng Pilipinas. So kung ano po ang binigay na pinadala dito sa bill of lading, packing list, yun din ang ilalodge na entry nung consignee dito po sa Pilipinas, sa customs. Ang problema po natin, kaya hindi na po natin ma-check dahil yung consignee, minsan ang daming budiga na pinagdadalhan nila iba-iba. Hindi na po natin na monitor pagbaba ng kargamento kung tama yung dineklara nila from the port of origin. Ang sabi nila sa port of origin, 5. Tsinelas, shoes, t-shirts, kung ano pa. Pagdating po dito sa Pilipinas, hindi na nakikita ng mga consignee, yung nagtatrabaho na katulad kay Mark. Kasi dinadala na po yan nila sa kanilang budiga. So ang customs po, nawawala na yung monitoring kung ano na po ang laman ng container. So that is how the law enforcement in the Bureau of Customs work.
Is it correct to say, Mr. Guban, na ang ginagawa ng consignee at importer dito sa Pilipinas, they simply rely on the packing list that was prepared by the shipper?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you are the shipper, will you include among the packing list those which are illegal?
No, Your Honor.
Definitely not.
Not, Your Honor.
In other words, dapat may actual inspection,
From the port of origin, Your Honor. That's correct.
both from the port of origin and at the port of unloading.
Yes, Your Honor. Opo.
Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please continue, Mr. Guban.
So, pagdating po dito ng consignee, iba-ibang may-ari, yung container minsan sa kalsada lang po yan. Pag walang warehouse na designated yung consignee, minsan sa kalsada lang binababaan na nila yung kargamento. Hiwa-hiwalay. Ilalagay na sa mga close van. Pag may illegal, close van ka agad yan, takbo na sa kanila para pambinta. So, we cannot, Your Honor, prevent the cargos, legal man or illegal, kung paano talaga natin maitatama, pati sa duties in taxes. Pati na rin po sa BIR, pagdating sa BIR. Dahil pagdating sa deklarasyon na nila, iba na. So,
Because there is really no actual inspection.
Your Honor, hindi naman po, kahit na wala na pong actual inspection sa X-ray makikita, kundi pagdating po doon sa labas. Kasi pagdating na po sa labas na wala na sa customs area, customs zone, nasa kanila na po for delivery na, where the customs importation will finish. So doon na po yung sa kanila na. Yung mga nandoon pala ay mamahaling laptop, mamahaling mga taxable goods. Hindi na po namin yun nakikita, hindi na po nakikita ng customs yun, kasi nandun na yun, sarado na ang budiga nila. So lalo na po pag ito nandun sa mga industrial estate. So rami po ang palusot na nangyayari from the port of origin, port of loading, hanggang doon po sa delivery po dito sa atin sa Pilipinas.
Attorney, I have few questions. Based on the testimony of Mr. Taguba, flat rate 170,000 per container, regardless of the contents of the container, because there is no actual inspection anymore that is happening. Would you agree with me, malaki ang pera na nawawala sa gobyerno?
Yes, Your Honor, I agree.
Yes. Since you assumed your office as Chief of Prosecution Division of BOC, ilan na po ba ang na-file niyong kaso ng smuggling?
Your Honor, based on our data, there are 508 cases from 2018 to 2024, Your Honor,
Where do you file those cases?
before the Department of Justice, Your Honor.
DOJ.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ilan naman po ang nakaabot sa court?
Your Honor, I can provide the data, but filed in court, 55 for filing in court, 40.
Come again, attorney.
Your Honor, for those filed in court, 55.
55?
55. For filing in court is 40. 40.
40 for those filed in court.
No, Your Honor, 55 for those
55.
filed in court.
Ano yung 40?
40 for filing, Your Honor. It's
For filing
for
pa
filing,
lang.
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, ganito ha, attorney, sabi mo, there are 508 cases you were able to file with the DOJ. 55 of those are already in court and 40 of those are still for filing with the court. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you think, attorney, this statistics is commensurate doon sa sinasabi ni Mr. Guban since time immemorial?
Well, Your Honor, based on the numbers alone, it's low, Your Honor. But however, there are several
Or
factors.
let me rephrase my question. It's quite unfair for you. Yung 5 years mo na nasa BOC ka, chief ka ng prosecution division, he's saying widespread, lahat, since time immemorial, bago pa yata tayo naging abogado, yan ang sistema sa BOC. Do you think that these numbers are commensurate to the way that they are describing the TARA system, which even encouraged smuggling activities in BOC. Is it commensurate?
Well, Your Honor, based on numbers alone, Your Honor, it may not be commensurate.
It is not commensurate.
But Your Honor,
What do you think is lacking in your system? Attorney, I hope you realize napakabigat ng burden na nakaatang sa'yo.
yes, Your Honor, I do realize that, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, there are several factors, Your Honor.
All right, please enlighten us.
Your Honor, one is there's a 2024 rules on preliminary investigations and inquest proceedings, Your Honor, which changed the the quantum of evidence, Your Honor.
Why? Is it not probable cause pa rin ang
Your
pinag-uusapan
Honor.
natin?
No, Your Honor.
What?
Prima facie evidence, Your
Prima
Honor.
facie evidence.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then?
And then another factor, Your Honor, are availability of original or certified documents, Your Honor. So if we don't have the original or certified copies, Your Honor, the DOJ might not have a resolution recommending the filing of an information against this importers.
You mean to say you are losing these cases at the level of the Department of Justice?
Some, Your Honor, some are in the court level, Your Honor.
Ito bang 508 minus 40 minus 55, buhay pa ba to? Still pending with the DOJ or dismissed already?
Your Honor, these are, some of them are dismissed, Your Honor.
How many have been dismissed already out of 508?
Based on my data, Your Honor, 10, Your Honor. 10 dismissed in court, Your Honor.
Dismissed in
dismissal.
court.
Dismissal.
Dismissed by DOJ. How
No,
many?
Your Honor. Dismissed by DOJ, 16, Your Honor.
16.
Your Honor.
So, ang talo mo lang is 26.
Your Honor, there's also for automatic review, Your Honor.
May pag-asa ka pa sa 472.
Yes,
Tama ba?
Some of them are for automatic review, Your Honor.
For automatic review by the DOJ as
Yes,
well.
Your Honor.
How many are you in your office? Are you addressed also as prosecutor?
Your Honor, it is the Department of Justice state prosecutors who are the
Yeah, but your office says prosecution division. How do we have to address you?
Your Honor, we are also government prosecutors, Your Honor. We are the one who prosecute seizure cases.
But you
Your
are under BOC, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Baka dapat ang prosecutor galing DOJ. What do you think?
Your Honor, with due respect, Your Honor, the BOC lawyers are trained with the Customs Modernization and Tariff Act, Your Honor, and other related laws, rules, and regulations, Your
Yes,
Honor.
but based on your own admission, this statistics is low compared to the widespread TARA system that the two resource persons are describing.
Well, Your Honor, we are also in close coordination with the Department of Justice in order to improve our system, Your Honor.
Let me go back to my question. How many are you in your office? How many government prosecutors are you in your office?
Your Honor, 15, around 15, Your Honor.
Around 15. Do you closely coordinate with the BOC police?
Yes, Your Honor. They provide us with data, Your Honor. Whenever they have a seizure, Your Honor, we are.
How many are those people at the BOC police, the law enforcement?
I have known.
You have no idea. Okay. Mr. Chair, I wish to request for a summary of the 508 cases. Just a summary. And then a verification of whether this 508 consignees belong to green lane, yellow lane, or red lane. Thank you, Attorney.
Yes, Your Honor. We will provide the requested data, Your Honor.
Mr. Taguba, one last. Si Kenneth Dong, is he associated to Davao Group?
Wala po akong personal knowledge. Parang nakikita ko lang may picture sila eh. Hindi ko po alam.
Do you believe that what happened at the warehouse, the raid that happened at the warehouse, where this metal cylinder was discovered containing shabu, do you believe that this is just part of the regular operation of the law enforcement, and it is just a coincidence that you are one among those enrolled with Davao Group? Nagkataon lang ba ito?
Sa akin po, kasi wala naman po akong personal knowledge. Sabi ko nagkataon lang.
Nagkataon lang.
Opo. Dahil wala naman po akong alam eh. Bukod dyan sa, wala po akong alam sa mga ganyang bagay.
Mr. Chair, as a final word, I know I have said this before, but I think the revelations that we continue to hear from the resource persons warrants really the revisit of the charter of the Bureau of Customs. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Luistro. The manifestation is well taken, and in fact, one of the recommendations that this committee will make is the review of the BOC charter after we have completed the investigation on this particular issue. Now, for a short interjection, Congressman Keith Flores, and then we will move to another topic. EJK na po tayo pagkatapos ito. Congressman Flores, you have the floor. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Attorney Buko, how long have you been chief prosecutor of the BOC?
Just this year, Your Honor.
Just this year. But you have been with the prosecution division for 5 years. Now, you testified earlier that there have been 500 cases that have been brought to your attention that you're investigating. Investigating to, ano? Not yet prosecuting.
Your Honor, some of them are already filed in court. Your
Yeah,
Honor.
you gave the numbers na 55 are filed in court, 40 are for filing out of the 508. Itong 508 na to, is it in a 5-year period that you were with the BOC? Or just this year?
Your Honor, this is from 2018 to 2024.
Also from 2018 pa.
Yes, sir. 2018
So
to
that's a
2024.
6-year period?
Yes.
Tama ba? Now, in a 6-year period, itong 508 cases na to, is it 508 consignees or 508 containers?
Your Honor, this is based on the case number, Your Honor.
Case number.
Yes, sir.
So it could be with the same consignee several times.
Yes, sir.
It could be more than one container per consignee.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama, okay. Now, in your 5 years also, how many have you convicted in court? How many convictions have you secured in court?
Your Honor, based on my data, it's 24, Your Honor.
24. From 2018.
2018, Your Honor. Yes.
From 2018, 24 ang na-convict.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yet, yeah, but you said earlier also na malit to ng case ang 508, di ba?
Your Honor.
Malit
pardon?
lang to number of cases na you're investigating into 508 sa
Yes,
tingin mo.
Yes, Your
Eh,
Honor.
admittedly, mas marami pa dyan yung nakakapasok na hindi natin nahuhuli.
Probably,
Because
Your
for various reasons,
Yes,
no?
probably.
Like kakulangan sa manpower, other systems that you need to correct, etc., etc. So, from your in your opinion, Attorney Buko, magkano ang nawawala sa Bureau of Customs in terms of collection on a yearly basis na hindi natin nakukolekta properly in terms of amount?
Your Honor, we can provide the data.
Can you give me one? No? Can you give me, wala ba kayong ano? Wala ba kayong like, let's say, yearly review na ito yung nawawala
Yes.
sa atin from ano? Okay, can you give me like last year na lang?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I don't have the data.
How about this year?
I don't have the data. Your
Is it in the billions of pesos? Ang sa report nyo, ballpark figure lang? Millions lang or billions?
cannot say, Your Honor.
Every year you have a review eh. Di ba? Na-mention yan. Ito yung nawawala sa atin from ano. Hindi mo man lang malaman kung billions or millions? Yan lang man, idea?
Probably millions, Your Honor.
Millions lang, hindi naman billions.
Probably,
Ha?
Your Honor.
Probably. But hindi mo maalala. Can you give us these figures na lang?
Yes, we can provide. I can ask, Your Honor.
Okay. Can we get as soon as possible? Ha? Okay, see. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Flores.
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Akop.
pwedeng magtanong, Mr.
Yes,
Chair?
you have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Pidea. Pidea is still here.
Pidea, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for year 2024, meron po ba kayong nadidiscover pa na local illegal drug manufacturer?
From the year...
No, this year.
We have some projects, but so far, sir, we do not... have not found any laboratory, so to speak, the clandestine lab.
Wala.
Yes, sir.
Yun pong smuggling of illegal drugs through shall we say, through our coastline. Meron po ba?
Based on the reports, yes, sir.
Meron, and how many would that be? Yung mga na-smuggle na illegal drugs through our wide coastline?
I do not have, sir, the total, but there were many incidents where we discovered smuggled methamphetamine, to be specific, sir.
Substantial ba yung amount of illegal drug?
Yes, sir.
Yes? So, are you trying to tell this committee na dalawa lang ang pinalulusutan o pagpapalusutan ng mga illegal drugs through customs at saka dun sa mga ating coastline? Would you agree with that?
We have ship side also, sir, other than the
Yeah, I know.
customs.
Would you agree with that? Yung akin na yun na lang ang daan kung bakit nakakapasok ang mga illegal drugs? Kasi dapat alam po nyo ito eh.
Yeah, sir, I believe so, sir. There are incidents, I think the bulk are coming from the ship side, meaning it did not pass through the customs, but definitely a substantial amount also came from cross through our formal port, sir.
Yeah. So, alam po natin kung saan dumadaan yung illegal drugs. Tama. Shipside unloading o kaya sa coastal lines natin at saka yung formal entry sa customs. Tama.
Yes, sir.
Now, may I know, ano po yung strategy na inisip po ninyo o ginagawa in order to arrest this?
So far, sir, we have the Seaport Interdiction Unit, which is a conglomeration of the different law enforcement unit. The same as with the Airport Interdiction Unit. And these are bodies, sir, from the different law enforcement units, sir.
In the number of entry of illegal drugs through the coastal areas at shipside, ilan po ang na-interdict ninyo?
Very recently, sir, we have interdicted, I think, some twice, 34 this September, 34 kilos, 34 kilos. And just 5 days, another 18 kilos from intercepted already at Sorsogon. But the report says that there should be more.
Customs, how are you helping the government arrest the entry of illegal drugs? Kasi dadalawa na lang yung source ng pagpasok eh. Pero marami pa rin nahuhuli.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, actually the interceptions of the Bureau of Customs mostly come now from the airports, Clark Airport and the Subic, the Clark Airport and the Manila International, Manila International Airport. So for those airports, we had
Major, yung airport parcels lang yan di ba?
yes, Your Honor, but
Yung mga bulk na galing po dun sa port. Tama?
yeah, some were some passed through the ports before, Your Honor, but up to this date now, after the cases of the magnetic lifter and the one that was mixed with a certain powder, I forgot the name, that were the last big volume shipments of drugs which were intercepted at the port, Your Honor.
Pidaya, yung last report na alam namin dito sa Quadcom was the seizure of 115 kilograms of illegal drugs in 2 places in Cavite. Di ba tama? Dapat alam mo yun, Iho, dahil coordinated sa'yo yung operations.
I'll find out, sir.
Ang nag-operate doon, PIDEG, ng Philippine National Police.
According to our report, sir, it's 110 kilos.
110 o 115?
110 kilos.
Dalawang lugar yun According to the intelligence report, ang report doon is 500 kilograms yung pinasok.
Yes, sir, I remember.
Yes.
There's 110 and not 5, it's 4.
Di ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Kahit na may edad na ako, natatandaan ko pa yung naririnig ko dito sa committee na ito. Ano po? Di ba? So, in other words, malaki pa rin yung pumapasok. That gives me the reason why I'm asking for your strategy. Kasi, bakit ang lalaki pa rin yung pumapasok? According to that report, 500 kilograms yung kwan According to intelligence report, yung iba, yung sobra sa 115 na yun na kilograms, sinavings. Alam mo rin yun siguro dahil intelligence report yun Would you agree?
I heard about it, sir.
Yeah. Kung narinig ko na wala na ako sa law enforcement, kayo ang nasa law enforcement, alam ko yung report na yun, di mas alam nyo dapat kaysa sa akin. Di po ba?
I agree, sir.
Yeah. So, let's go to the formal entry. Major Cascolan, do you agree na merong TARA system sa custom?
Yes, Your Honor.
The director.
Attorney Buko.
Yes. Attorney Buko.
Yes.
Do you agree also that in customs merong TARA system?
Your Honor, I have no personal knowledge.
I'm not asking whether you have personal knowledge or not. My question is very direct. Do you agree with me that there is such a thing as TARA system in customs? Yung customs police inamin na nga Kayo, ano po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Sir.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Jimmy Govan, you've been with customs. Tama po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Meron talagang TARA system, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Taguba,
Yes po, Your Honor.
meron. TARA system. Tama?
Yes.
Kasi naniniwala ako na wala na ang TARA system kung wala na yung 3 o'clock habit ng Bureau of Customs every Friday. Di ba, Major Cascola?
Can you come again, sir? I was just writing. I could not. I wasn't able to catch
Ako, maniniwala na wala ng TARA system sa customs kung mawala na yung 3 o'clock habit ng customs every Friday at 3 p.m.
Sir, actually, sir, the TARA system can happen anytime.
Can happen anytime. Hindi.
Yes, Your Honor.
They divide the loot at 3 p.m. every Friday. Would you agree with that, Mr. Guban?
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a very A1 information.
Mr. Taguba,
Yes po, Your Honor.
lahat ng kausap mo na customs, Pagdating ng bago alas 3, umaalis. At pumupunta uli sila sa opisina nila. Di ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yes. Yun naman, no? Kaya, may TARA system talaga. Attorney. Pero, I'm telling you frankly, I've never been to the office of the customs. Malapit na ako mawala rito sa mundo, hindi pa ako nakapasok doon sa opisina ninyo. I have never had any transaction with customs. Pero ito, yung mga information na serbisyo pa ako, up to now, these informations are coming to me. Totoo. Hindi po ba? Sinabi kanina, anong last meeting na si Dan Fernandez, nasa X-ray. Kaya nakakalusot, no? Nandun sa color coding system ninyo. It's yellow, red, at saka green. Tama po? O sagutin nyo ako. Kayong nakakaalam nito. Tama? Yellow, red, at saka green. May super green pa
Sir,
pala.
actually, sir, just to explain, sir, the color system of the Bureau of Customs. In the computerized system of the Bureau of Customs, we have therein what they say as the enforcement screen, where the parameter is for selecting green, red, yellow, orange shipments.
Tanong ko is, meron green, red, and yellow lanes. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Kasi nandun ang sikreto.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kung nakinig po kayo sa sagot ni Mr. Taguba kanina doon sa mga katanungan, pag yellow-red, ang dadaanan mas marami. Pag green lane, mas kokonti yung dadaanan. Di ba, Mr. Taguba? Yun ang sagot mo kanina.
Yes po,
Kahit
Your Honor.
palis-alis ako, nakikinig ako doon sa kabila kasi nandun yung TV.
Yes po.
Yun ang sagot mo kanina
Opo.
Diba? Na kung minsan yung green lane, 3 lang ang dadaanan. Hindi na dadaanan yung entry processing unit at saka assessment division.
Tama po.
Tama? Pero kung yellow at saka red, dadaanan yun.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yes, nandun ang kuwan sekreto. Dahil kung gustong palusutin ng mga taga-customs, idadaan sa green lane o kaya super green lane. Tama, Mr. Chair? Yes. Ayun naman, oo. Kaya, legal man o illegal, may TARA. Tama?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yes. Kasi gusto ng customs na lahat may TARA.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Now, that brings us to the issue, maski lahat ng mga kagamitan, mga agricultural products, tumataas ang presyo dahil dyan sa TARA system na yan. Kasi ipapasa lahat dun sa hanggang sa consumer Di ba? Minention kanina ni Mr. Guban, yung rice. Kaya nga mataas ang presyo ng rice dahil pinapasa lahat. Kung saan dadaanan yon from Vietnam, halimbawa, pagdating dito sa customs, may illegal fees, may legal fees. Para yun yung illegal. Tapos, ipapasa naman ng mga importer doon sa wholesaler. Yung wholesaler, ipapasa sa retailer. Down the line. Kaya, kung hindi maalis yung sistema na yan, ay yung presyo pa rin nandyan. Now, would you agree with that, Mr. Guban and Mr. Taguba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Major Cascolan, would you agree with that also?
I agree, Your Honor.
You agree. Attorney, you agree with that? Yes, kasi logical yung aking sinasabi, di ba, Attorney? Tama.
Your Honor, Your Honor, I cannot personal knowledge.
Alin?
I have no personal knowledge.
You have been with customs for how many years? Huh?
5, Your Honor.
I've never been with customs and I know this. Attorney, you want me to cite you in contempt?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, do you answer me properly? Do you know that?
Your Honor, I've heard of that, Your Honor, but personally, Your Honor, I'm with
So personally, you do not know, but you have heard of it.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you two, Major Cascolan and Attorney Buko, have heard of it, what are you doing about it?
Your Honor, if somebody will complain, Your Honor, there is an investigation that's being
So if there's no complainant, you wouldn't move. You wouldn't do anything. Is that what you're trying to tell this committee?
Not necessarily, Your Honor.
I beg your pardon?
Not necessarily, Your Honor.
Not necessarily. So dapat may gagawin kayo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi
yes, Your Honor.
organisasyon yun na yan
Yes,
eh.
Your Honor.
Di ba? And yet you cannot tell me that you cannot or you're doing something about it.
Your Honor, we are doing something about it.
Like what?
Your Honor, we are constantly reviewing our policies, Your Honor, our systems, Your Honor, to
Attorney.
minimize that.
Sabi ko nga eh, malapit na akong mawala dito sa mundo. Hanggang ngayon, yung pa rin ang report na natatanggap ko. Even when I was still in the service. Diba? It's still the same. The same. Si Mr. Taguba nga 6 years na nawala sa custom. So he doesn't know what changes happen. Pero sa tingin ko, sa nakikita niya at naririnig ngayon, walang pagbabago. Di ba, Mr. Taguba? Yes. Yun lang po ang aking katanungan, Mr. Chair, kasi
Mr. Chair.
It's related also to what we are investigating dun sa Quintacom. Thank you,
that's correct.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Acop. So we will now move to
Mr.
another
Chair.
topic.
One last.
Okay, the Congresswoman Luistro.
Mr. Taguba, if I am not mistaken, I came across your affidavit, that portion. You enumerated the offices under BOC involved in this TARA system. Can you please name all these offices? I believe there are around 10 or 11.
Wala po kasi sa akin ngayon eh. At hanggang ngayon hinihingi ko pa rin yung yung mga annexes nung affidavit na yon para makita ko yung mga text messages. Pero yun po, isa doon, ComSend po, nandoon.
What is that?
Command Send.
ComSend.
Command Center.
COMCEN, yes.
Command Center. Mr. Chair, I understand that there is a narrative type of affidavit of Mark Taguba. I saw it there. I hope the Secretariat can provide us. So at least Mr. Taguba can be guided by his own affidavit and state before this committee which offices under BOC are this. Secretariat, please.
ComSec, can you provide Mr. Taguba a copy of his affidavit? Nandiyan dyan yata. Yung narrative, yung latest na narrative affidavit.
The narrative
I have
affidavit
here
is
a copy.
different from
Gusto-
the
Yeah.
judicial affidavit.
I have here a copy. Ayun.
Iba po ito.
Can you... You have a copy, Congresswoman Luistro, so we can provide...
I used to have, but I don't know where it is right now.
Anyway, earlier, the same question was asked of Mark Taguba, and he replied by saying that he doesn't have a copy of his affidavit, therefore he will not be able to name the recipients of the so-called TARA system. Tama, di ba? Yan ang sinabi mo kanina.
Yes po, Your Honor.
But as soon as he gets a copy of his affidavit, maybe he can list down the recipients of the so-called TARA.
I yield, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Is it the narrative type?
Yan na ba yun?
Hindi Hindi po, ito po yung letter po na pinadala ko sa inyo.
That's a different, that's a,
This one is a judicial affidavit. I remember he has a narrative type of
nakita ko rin yun
affidavit.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman
perhaps
Abante.
we could just be able to continue it and invite Mr. Paeldon because I think that the presence of Mr. Paeldon is vital in the testimony of Mark Tukoy. If we can.
Yes, we will. We will invite the former commissioner of the Bureau of Customs, Commissioner Paeldon. And may I know if Congresswoman Luistro is done with her...
I am yielding, Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
thank you. So since we have covered a lot of issues today on the topic of dangerous drugs, we will now shift to another topic, to EJK na tayo ngayon, no? EJK. And yes, you want to say something, Mr. Guban?
Yes, Your Honor. Just basahin ko lang po yung verse sa sa Bible to support my... Para lumakas lalo ang loob namin.
Bible believer ka na rin pala.
Okay, sige.
Since then, Your Honor.
Sige, please. And after this, we will now move to the topic of EJK. Yes, you have 1 minute.
Thank you, Your Honor. The honorable members of this PADCOM committee, I want to start my presence here today with some things I have learned and realized through the sufferings and circumstances that I have went through these 6 to 7 years. And I thank our Lord Jesus Christ for restoring me and walking with me all this. God is calling to be people of truth and justice. Micah, verse 6, paragraph 8. He has told you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord requires of you but to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God. Kaya po, I am at peace right now, knowing that I had been faithful to God, and its call in my life to love justice, to do justice for this glory. Hindi ko man po makita noong una, mas naintindihan ko na po ngayon na dapat i-expose ang kadiliman at patuloy na sumunod sa Panginoong Hesus, na siyang ilaw at gabay ng aking buhay. Just like He rescued His people out of Egypt, just like rescued us from drains or saying, do His cross of Calvary, I know He will, and He is now rescuing me and saving me from this darkness and vindicating me as I trust, obey, and rely on Him day and night. May the Lord help us and strengthen us. Pray for me, pray for my well-being, pray and intercede for me, for my protection. Thank you, Lord. Thank you to all the honorable members of the Quadcom.
Okay, salamat sa enlightenment, Pastor Jimmy. Thank you. Ano na lang, you have a copy of your judicial affidavit, Mark? Nandiyan dyan. Nasaan na yung hawak mo kanina? Yung judicial affidavit.
Ano po yun, yung letter ko po sa inyo?
Wala kang kopya nito? Ito yung... Pakibigay mo nga ito, ano? Ito yata. Ito. So last question na ito, ha? Para lang for the record, no? Can you go to page number 15? Page number 15. Sa'yo itong affidavit, no? Ito yung judicial affidavit mo, Mark? Okay. Kino-confirm mo sa ito, ha? Okay. Doon sa page 15, nakita mo?
Yes,
Question number 37.
Yes po.
Apart and separate from the payments you made to the Davao Group and Big Brother, can you tell us if you paid off anyone else at the Bureau of Customs? Ano ang sagot mo?
Ayan po, offices that contact me often are Port Collector Office, MICP, SSPDC, COMSEN, CIIS District, PRD.
Chair, can we direct the resource person to read clearly?
Pakilakasan mo lang.
Offices that contacted me often are Port Collector's Office, MICP, SSPDC, COMSEN, CIIS District, IPRD, IG, ESS, ESS District, FED, AOCG, and IAS.
Okay. So, malinaw po. At yan ay tutuloy natin no, sa susunod natin na hearing. And last, for the record, sino ba si Jojo Bacud?
Sa SSPDC po siya nung...
So, empleyado siya ng Bureau of Customs.
Opo.
Okay, sige. Salamat. If I may, I'll just ask a few questions kay Jimmy Guban. Jimmy, yung bang Henry Tan na nabanggit mo kanina, isa siya sa kagaya ni Mark Taguba na player sa customs. When I say player sa customs, siya ang nagpa-facilitate ng mga importation.
Financer, Your Honor.
Financier.
Binibigay. Katulad po yun kay Mark. Si Mark, merong Chinese na kausap, binibigay sa kanya. So si Mr. Henry Tan, isa rin ganun.
So, halimbawa, kagaya nung nabanggit kanina no, ni Mark, yung bang si Hong Fei ay kakilala mo?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
So, paano siya naging kliyente mo?
Si Kenneth Dong po kasi ang kliyente ko eh. So,
sige. So, bali, ang middleman ay si Kenneth Dong. And then, etong si Henry Tan ay ganun din ang kanyang partisipasyon.
Opo, Your Honor.
Parang sila yung naghahanap na mag-i-import dahil meron silang kakilala sa loob ng customs para maipalabas yung mga importation na ito.
Yes, Your Honor. Marami silang consignees, the same with Mark.
Okay.
Merong 3, 5. Din yung mga shipper from the port of origin, sila ang nagmamanage nun. So, in fact, kung i-share ko kay Mark, yung shipper dapat nun ay makuha nila para pag galing doon sa port of loading, port of origin, malalaman kung sino yung mga incorporator din nun.
Okay.
Then malalaman po natin kung sino ang nag-load.
Pero posible rin, no? Posible rin na yung mga incorporator fictitious. Hindi totoo.
Yes, Your Honor. Ganun po ang ginagawa. Most common po ang Chinese businessman. Kaya ayaw nila dito magkaroon ng sariling consignee. Kasi karamihan doon may violation eh. Dahil karamihan po noon, in-French product po pagkagaling China. In fact, karamihan po ng importation ay bawal. I think, if I'm not mistaken, nang umatin ako ng seminar, around the world, that is 80%. Pagkagaling sa China, dapat niya nasa red lahat. To include agricultural products.
So, dapat, is that a customs policy? Yan ba ay policy, Attorney Buko? Na lahat ng importation na galing ng China ay dapat nasa red lane?
Not necessarily, Your Honor.
So, ano yung mga maaaring hindi mapasok sa red lane na galing China na importation?
I'm not certain, Your Honor.
So, how would you now classify any importation coming from China na maipasok sa red lane? So, si Attorney Buko muna, anong, di ba, kasi merong classification, di ba? So, normally, kapag ang importation, ang goods ay galing ng China, ay red lane kaagad yan. Tama? Ngayon, unless accredited at merong magandang track record yung nag-i-import, yun lang siguro ang pwede maging green lane. Tama?
Green or yellow, Your Honor.
Green or yellow, no? Pag yellow, may inspection. Pag green, walang inspection. Tama? So, tama ba yun, Jimmy?
Your Honor, medyo okay po, tama po yun. Yung intelligence group po ng Bureau of Customs, under po niya yung Risk Management Office. Where yung selectivity ay under din po nun, yun yung 5. May super green lane pa nga po eh. Din green, din yellow, din red. 5 po
Super
yun.
green lane?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that part of the classification under the policy of the Bureau of Customs?
Yes, Your Honor. There is such a super green lane for...
Super green, yellow, and then red. Okay, sige. Thank you. Tapos,
Yes, Your Honor. Ang nag-classify po niyan under the Risk Management Office. So may HIPI po yun under ngayon ng, if I'm not mistaken, under po yan ng Deputy Commissioner for Intelligence.
So,
this is where intelligence, kung gaano po ka-importante. Kaya nga ako, yung source ko po ng intelligence is not from the Philippines. It is always my source from abroad.
So, ibig mong sabihin na yung intelligence data, ayan ang basihan para kung ilalagay sa red, yellow, green, o super green.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Sige, malinaw na kasi hindi familiar sa amin sa akin, no, personally, yung color coding na yan.
That is why, Your Honor, there is profiling. There was profiling ever since, nailagay na yan dyan.
So all shipments na dumarating sa
Yes, Your
atin, may
Honor.
profiling kayo?
Yes, Your Honor. Supposed to be gagawin kung hindi po nabubulag yung manager na
So,
nandoon.
kahit na ito ay isang importation ng isang legitimate company rito, may profiling
Yes,
pa rin
Your
kayo?
Honor, complete po. Kaya nga po nadidetermine according to the World Customs Organization. Kaya po, pag mga international companies, nandoon po yan sa Super Green Lane according to the World Customs Organization. Kasi yan po ay proven na talagang malinis, malinaw ang mga kargamento.
Okay,
So
sige.
nagkakaroon po ng green, ng yellow, ng red, dahil po yun dahil sa profiling. Nalalaman po natin yung sa mga partner natin abroad na itong kargamento na to, nag-iipit. So lalo na po pag China. Nag-schooling po ako ng ilan, pero palagi ang target ang China eh. Kasi nga nandoon karamihan, 80% halos ang produkto doon ay gaya-gaya. So yun po ang
Yung
inano
fake,
kayo ng
fake.
IPO.
Ang ibig
Yes, Your
sabihin,
Honor.
gaya-gaya, fake.
Fake, Your Honor.
Okay.
So kaya po kalamitan dyan talaga, karamihan dyan ay nandoon sa red, yellow. Palaging may examination yan, may x-ray. Then pagdating po doon sa valuation, inaayos din po yun kasi marami po doon, ang karamihan talaga ay mali ang deklarasyon.
Di ba, bago naman paratingin dito, doon sa port of origin, may mga dokumentong ina-advance papunta rito, correct? Attorney Buko.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what do you call this document?
Your Honor, those are the shipping documents such as the inward foreign manifest, the bill of lading, the
Okay.
invoice.
And in that bill of lading and forward manifest, nandyan naka-identify kung ano yung mga yan.
Yes, Your Honor. The importer, the description of the goods, the quantity, the weight, etc.
Even the value of the goods.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now kay Mark Taguba. Mark, yung pinacilitate mo yung container na yan na naglalaman ng magnetic lifter, tama? Magnetic lifter. Ano ba yung nasa laman ng container na pinacilitate mo?
Cylinder po.
Yung cylinders, no, na naglalaman ng shabu. Wala. Anong declaration? Anong nasa bill of lading?
Ayun nga po, ang nakalagay lang po doon, hindi ako nagkakamali. Footwear, cutting board. Wala pong nakalagay
So,
na metal
ikaw
cylinder.
bilang tracker and customs facilitator, hindi mo na sinisiguro. Pagka nakalagay dun sa dokumento, ito ay footwear, general merchandise, okay na sa iyo yun.
Opo.
So, hindi mo alam na kung ang totoo palang laman nun, maaring baril, maaring drugs.
Pwede ko pong idagdag sana. Kaya rin naman isa sa mga nanigurado din ako na walang laman na kung ano pa man yun. Kasi po may AFTA po yun eh. ASEAN China Free Trade Agreement. So yun po ay may...
AFTA. Is that a certification?
Opo, galing
Okay.
China. So yan po, pinatunayan po sa korte ng examiner na totoo po yun.
So, ang ibig sabihin, kung titingnan nating mabuti, dahil may AFTA certification yan, sa mata ng China, ang kanilang pinarating dito ay illegal.
Yes po. Kasi po,
So may kasapakat sila doon. Meron silang kasabwat doon.
Yun, wala po akong personal knowledge doon.
Kasi hindi naman maaaring ilagay nila sa bill of lading na may shabu dyan.
Tama po kayo.
At hindi naman nila isi-certify.
Pero tama po kayo doon. Pero sa side po namin, dahil tinatakan po yun ng Quarantine Bureau, pag Quarantine Bureau po, physical inspection po yan. So sa aming side, walang problema. Okay lang yung... Yun lang naman yung ano namin eh.
So
yung basihan namin.
nung nakita mong may certification ng AFTA,
Yun ang
nagtiwala ka na walang droga yan.
Yun po kasi yung pinaka-protection din namin eh. Na
Okay.
para hindi masangkot sa mga ganyan.
So ibig sabihin, may kasabwat sila ron.
Maaari po.
Di ba? Kasi hindi naman magse-certify yung China na ito ay AFTA kung talagang in-inspection nila ang laman ng kinaga sa loob ng container.
Your Honor, tunay kaya yung AFTA?
So, malaking question din yan. Pag-usapan din natin yan sa susunod. But I just wanted to validate yung naririnig namin na info na paano naman kayo na mga kagaya mo, customs facilitator, nagne-negosyo sa loob ng customs, anong protection nyo? Kaya nga, gaya ng sinabi mo, yung AFTA certification, yun ang nagpapatunay na walang kontrabando. Supposed to be.
Yes po, Your Honor. Bukod pa doon yung yung mga dokumento na bill of lading, mga SAD, lahat po yan meron pong nakalagay na certified true and correct.
So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang ikaw ang maaring naloko nitong mga importer na ito.
Yes po, Your Honor.
On top of your head, sino sa tingin mo ang mga maaring nagpasok ng mga kontrabando? Yung sa tingin mo lang, na mga nandyan sa ganyang klaseng negosyo.
Alam niyo
Not
po,
necessarily drugs, ha? Maaring nagpapalusot ng ibang goods. Ganun.
alam niyo po, Your Honor, wala po tayong kasiguruduhan na kasi po yung drugs kahit saan naman pwede ilagay. Kahit dito sa microphone na to pwede nilang ilagay. So, para sa akin, mas importante yung protection ng mga nagpapacilitate. Kasi nakabase lang sila doon sa dokumento eh.
Yan.
So, lahat ba ng itong mga gamit na to sisirain para malaman kung may drugs? Unfair naman. Para sa akin, kung talagang seryoso para sa illegal na droga,
Pero sa iyong practice, di ka ba nagtaka na nung nagbigay ka ng 5 million, bumilis na yung... Ganun ba talaga kalakaran? Kailangan meron kang enrollment para hindi na ma-red lane yung iyong mga pinapacilitate na mga kargamento?
sabi po ni Jimmy, ano pa yan noon pa. Pero sa akin po kasi, yung sa aking experience, nung una pa lang ako, nagsisimula pa lang naman ako, onti pa lang yung container ko eh. So,
Unti ba yung 100 sa isang linggo?
Yung ano na po yun, nung naka-enroll na po ako, unti-unti po siyang tumaas. Pero titignan nyo po, mga 14...
Teka, anong ko lang, bago ko makalimutan, nung naka-enroll ka na, kamo tumaas.
Yes po yun.
Bakit tumaas? Bakit tumaas? May nagtiwala sa'yo ng importer.
Yes po, kasi tracker ako eh, yung lamang ko rin eh. So,
And kilala mo lahat niya mga importer na yan?
opo, nagbibigay ako ng, pagka nagdi-discarga dun sa mga warehouse, bibigay ako ng ng calling card ko. Tapos nakalagay din yung all-in. So,
Anong all-in? Ano ibig sabihin ng all-in?
yun po yung 170,000.
Ibig sabihin, pag may calling card ka na may nakalagay all-in, ibig sabihin enrolled ka.
Yung sa mga kliyente ko, pag nakita nila yon, mura lang yung parating
Hindi,
mo.
kasi nga, kamon, simula nung na-enroll ka, dumami yung
Opo.
iyong kliyente.
Opo.
Sino nagbigay sa'yo ng mga kliyente?
Ako po nagano ng mga kliyente ko, Your Honor. Ako po naghanap.
Ikaw naghanap.
Opo, kasi
Walang nagbigay sa'yo.
Opo, ako kasi nandoon sa larangan yun yung trabaho ko po eh.
At
Sa tracker.
malakas ang loob mo maghanap ng kliyente kasi enrolled ka na.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay, sige. Salamat. Congresswoman Luistro, you've been waving earlier. So
Thank you,
I
Mr.
now
Chair.
recognize you have 15 minutes.
Mr. Chair, my questions is for Ms. Smoking. But before I proceed to her, I just want to state for the record that the National Bureau of Investigation manifested their initiative to bring along the agent on case to shed light on the investigation that happened pertaining to the late Britannico. And I hope the same is true with respect to the handling prosecutor. However, Mr. Chair, I'm leaving this up to the chairman whether these officials from NBI and DOJ will be invited. Nevertheless, Mr. Chair, I wish to state for the record the reason why this representation raised those questions. Ako po'y nanghihinayang because based on the story of the brother, Corporal Joven was so cooperative and even admitting having killed those 5 victims. So it really raised a lot of questions. What happened in the investigation? Why was it not pursued during the preliminary investigation? I wish to commend the NBI and the DOJ for taking that initiative to shed light on what happened on the investigation. Nonetheless, Mr. Chair, I'm leaving it up to the chairman of the Quadcom whether to invite those officials or otherwise.
That's noted.
If I may proceed, Mr. Chair.
Please proceed.
Ms. Mocking,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
is it okay that I address you as Ms. Mocking?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And I understand earlier during the interpellation of Chairman Barbers, you confirmed already that you are the same Ms. Mocking who used to work in Malacanang during the time of the former president. Tama po ba ito?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Can you please enlighten us? Kailan po kayo dumating sa Malacanang?
July 1, 2016.
July 1, 2016. And can you please state for the record, ano pong position nyo dun sa Malacanang?
Nung July 1, 2016 until August 31 of 2016, supervising administrative officer pa lang po ako noon. Then starting September po, naging ASEC na po.
And can you please tell the committee, until when did you stay and work in Malacanang?
Until June of 2022, Mr. Chair.
Would you agree with me if I would say that during the entire term of the former president, you were working in Malacanang?
That's right, Mr. Chair.
And can you please tell us, who was your immediate superior during that time? Kanino po kayo nagre-report and under whose instruction do you do your task?
From July 1 of 2016 until September of 2018, from the then SAP Senator Bongo, and from October 1, 2018 until June of 2022 under USEC Melchor Kitain, Mr. Chair.
Yusek Kitain.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Prior to your appointment in Malacanang back in July 2016, for the record, Ms. Mocking, saan po kayo nagtatrabaho?
City Government of Davao, Mr. Chair.
And can you please enlighten us, ano po bang trabaho nyo sa City of Davao?
Supervising Administrative Officer from December of 2015 until June 30 of 2016.
You were saying 2015 to 2016.
That's right, Mr. Chair.
And that is the only inclusive period when you worked at the city government.
No,
of
Mr. Chair.
Davao.
From 2024 until December of 2015, my item is Community Affairs Officer, Mr. Chair, under the City Government of Davao.
Can you please state that again from?
From 2024 until 2015, Community Affairs Officer.
How did it happen? 2024 to 2015.
Pardon, Mr. Chair.
All right. You said 2015, 2016, you work in Malacanang. And then I asked,
2015 to 2016, City Government of Davao.
correct, City Government of Davao.
That's right, Mr.
Aside from this inclusive period, may pagkakataon pa po bang nagtrabaho din kay sa City Government of Davao?
Yes, Mr. Chair. 2004 until 2015, City Government of Davao, Mr. Chair. But
Can you-
of different item.
And then recently, you also made representation that currently you are working in Davao.
That's right, Mr. Chair.
What is your work or position in Davao right now?
Supervising Administrative Officer, Mr. Chair.
When did you start?
July 2022
July 20.
and at present, up to the present.
Tama po bang sabihin, Ms. Mock, given this period of time, 2015 to 2016, and then you have 2004 to 2015, and then you have July 2022 up to the present, plus the Malacanang in 2016 to 2022. all those periods, you were working for the Duterte family.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And kanina po sinabi nyo, when you were in Malacanang, your immediate superior was Senator Bongo and Yusek Kitain.
Yes,
later
Mr.
on.
Chair.
How about during the time that you were in the city of Davao? Let's start with 2004 to 2015. Sino po immediate superior nyo?
The Chief of Staff of the City Mayor's Office.
So in other words, you were reporting to the city mayor,
The Chief of Staff, Mr.
the
Chair.
chief of staff. So you worked under the city mayor also.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And may we know who was the city mayor during that time?
Mayor Rudy Duterte, Mr. Chair.
The former president.
Yes, Mr.
How
Chair.
about from 2015 to 2016?
2000? Yes, Mr. Chair.
Who was your immediate superior?
The Chief of Staff, Mr. Chair.
The COS. Who was the mayor during this time?
Rodrigo Duterte, Mr. Chair.
The same. And from July, just for the record, Ms. Mocking, July 2022 up to the present, to whom are you reporting at the city government of Davao?
Chief of Staff, Mr. Chair.
COS. Will you agree with me if I would say that if you're reporting to the COS, it is as if you're reporting also to the LCE, the local chief executive? Or if I may rephrase my question, both the COS and yourself are working under the local chief executive.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Tama po bang sabihin, Ms. Mocking? Because of course, it is a common knowledge how associated the senator is to the former president. I'm referring to Senator Bongo. Perhaps Senator Bongo is one of the most trusted people of the former president. Tama po ba?
I cannot speak in behalf of the President, Mr. Chair.
All right. But at least he is one of the people who have been working with the president so closely since the time that he was the mayor.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Tama. Okay. Tama po bang sabihin, Ms. Mocking, na kayo po ay labis na pinagtitiwalaan ng Duterte family and even Senator Bongo, reason why since 2004 up to the present, ang trabaho po nyo umiikot na kay Senator Bongo at sa Duterte family?
Could you repeat the question, Mr. Chair?
Tama po bang sabihin na kayo po'y labis na pinagtitiwalaan ni Senator Bongo at ng Duterte family, reason kung bakit simula po 2004 up to the present, ang trabaho po nyo umiikot lang kay Senator Bongo at sa Duterte family?
I cannot answer the question, Mr. Chair, in behalf of Senator Bongo and the former President.
I understand.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Can you please enlighten us, Ms. Mocking? Paano nyo po nakilala si Senator Bongo? Are you from Davao also?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Born and raised?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Alright. Please enlighten us. Paano po nyo nakilala si Senator Bongo?
Nung nag-work po ako sa City Government of Davao, dun ko lang po siya nakilala, Mr. Chair.
And I wish to believe that since you started working in the city of Davao 2004, perhaps you started to earn the trust of Senator Bongo, why until now, you continue to work within the same network of the Duterte family. That is a manifestation. You don't need to answer that. How about President Duterte? Kailan niyo po siya nag-umpisang makilala? Was it during the time you started working at the city of Davao or even prior to that?
Since 2004, Mr. Chair, when I started working with the City Government of
In
Davao.
other words, the reason why you came across Senator Bongo and the former president is because you worked in Davao City. There was no prior encounter before the work in Davao City.
No, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Ms. Mocking, I understand that, or it is a common knowledge during the time of the former president, no? Na kapag may gustong lumapit kay Senator Bongo, there were people na kayo po ang ina-approach, kayo ang nire-reach out, and apparently, may mga tao po kayong natulungan.
Probably, Mr. Chair.
As a matter of fact, we have a slide here which shows the gratitude that he wishes to express because of the help that you extended in giving him the chance to see and talk to Senator Bongo. Tama po ba yun? Kayo po'y nagiging tulay papunta kay Senator Bongo?
Minsan-minsan, Mr. Chair, pag meron pong lumalapit.
Sa 100 po bang lumapit sa inyo? Gustong makausap si Senator Bongo, humingi ng tulong. Yun po ba'y tinulungan nyo lahat? O ilan po ba dun sa 100 sa tingin nyo ang natulungan nyo?
As much as possible, Mr. Chair, hinahanapan po talaga ng paraan na matulungan.
In other words, I wish to submit that every time there are people who approach you seeking the help of the senator, you really do what you can to solicit the help that is necessary for those people. Tama po, Ms. Mocking?
Mr. Chair, I would like to clarify from what period po yung pinag-uusapan natin, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I am referring to the time that you are already working in Malacanang.
From July 2016 to
Yes.
September of 2018.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ginagawa mo lahat para makatulong sa tao.
Mostly, Mr. Chair, kasi kami po yung in charge sa mga social services like medical assistance and burial assistance and other services po.
There are informations that you work also as Assistant Secretary to the Secretary of Finance under the Office of Special Assistant to the President. Tama po ba yun?
No, Mr. Chair.
So what particular job did you undertake under the Office of Senator Bongo?
Office of the Special Assistant to the President, Mr. Chair.
It has nothing to do with finance.
No, Mr. Chair.
So you were the Assistant Secretary
Yes, Mr. Chair.
to the Special Assistant to the President. Tama po?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And can you please enlighten us, ano po ba ang trabaho ng isang Assistant Secretary?
Under the Office of the Special Assistant to the President, Mr. Chair, mostly our work revolve around administrative matters, clerical works, errands, social services, and mechanical jobs, Mr. Chair.
And there are informations also, Ms. Mocking, that during this time, kayo po'y nalagay sa secondment. Ano po bang ibig sabihin ng secondment?
Secondment, Mr. Chair, is the temporary transfer of position of an employee from one unit to the other, Mr. Chair.
And that is while maintaining your job and title under the Special Assistant to the President's Office. Tama po ba yun?
Actually, Mr. Chair, my secondment is between the city government of Davao and the Office of the President.
Oh, it's not in Malacanang.
No, Mr. Chair.
Alright. So ano po yung naging trabaho nyo dun sa City of Davao under the concept of secondment?
Mr. Chair, my secondment is with the Office of the President.
Office of the President.
Yes, from the city government of Davao to the Office of the President. So,
So-
it is an agreement between the Office of the President and the city government of Davao.
Wait, with all due respect, ang sabi niyo po kanina, kayo ay nasa ilalim ng Special Assistant to the President's Office.
That's
Tama
right,
po
Mr.
ba?
Chair. Opo.
And during that time, nalagay po kayo sa secondment?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And that secondment pertains to another job under the office of the President?
No, Mr. Chair. It is a secondment between the city government of Davao and the office of the President. So my item, Mr. Chair, is with the city government of Davao. Then I was seconded to the office of the President.
Can you please further elaborate, Ms. Mocking, no? Kasi during this time, kayo po ay under ng SAP. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Starting September of 2016
Until
June of 2022.
until June of 2022. Ibig sabihin ng item nyo po nasa SAP.
No, Mr. Chair. The item is under office of the President.
Under the office of the President.
Yes. But the office where I am reporting is with the office of the Special Assistant to the President.
So alin po yung secondment na tinutukoy nyo?
The agreement is between the city government of Davao, wherein the office of the President requested the city government of Davao that I will undergo the secondment. So the office of the President requested the city government of Davao that I will be admitted to the office of the President.
Is it not that the item is under the OP?
Actually, Mr. Chair, if we are talking about the secondment, it is an agreement between the employee and the office and the position where you will be admitted.
Yes, but you were saying a while ago, ang item nyo ay nasa OP, ang trabaho nyo ay nasa SAP.
Tama po, Mr. Chair. Kasi po, pag naka-secondment ka po, Mr. Chair, iiwanan nyo po yung item nyo po sa City Government of Davao. Kasi po, may agreement na po si Office of the President and si City Government of Davao na parang hihiramin ka po.
So what you wanted to tell us is, even prior to your item under OP, ay may item kayo sa LGU Davao.
That's right, Mr. Chair.
Ipinahiram kayo sa OP.
That's right, Mr. Chair.
All right. Is that really possible?
Meron pong civil
Chair.
service. I
Mr.
believe
Chair.
the civil service will can
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I am yielding to Chairman Ako.
That's possible under the civil service. But I do not know if it is for an extended period. What I can remember is that it is only good for 1 year, renewable.
That's right, Mr. Chair. My appointment is being renewed every 2 years. So from
Ang item niya ay sa Davao. Pinahiram siya ng Davao City Government sa Office of the President. Pero may limit yan according to the Civil Service Law. For 2 years.
That's right, Mr. Chair.
Renewable.
So every 2 years po yung renewal, Mr. Chair.
Ms. Mocking, can you please enlighten us? When there are a lot of items available in Malacanang, why do you have to resort to this secondment that your item is in Davao, that you will be discharging your work under OP? Pwede namang dun po kayo kumuha ng item sa OP.
Actually, Mr. Chair, yung secondment kasi is ang position po ang mababago.
Not the item.
Not the item. You will leave your item under the city government of Davao. So as soon as you assume the position under the receiving agency, so you will now be acquiring the new item that is allotted by the receiving agency. So your parent agency will take hold of your original item.
Para maklaro po, no?
Yes, Congressman Adjong.
So, your item, pinahiram ka sa Malacanang kasi this is what happens also in the BARM. I'm familiar with secondment. But you does not mean that you altogether left, di ba, your position.
That's right, Mr. Chair.
Position mo pa rin sa Davao, hiniram ka rin sa Malacanang, but you're not getting salary from your original principal unit, no?
Yes, you will not be getting
Yes, you'll
the
not be
salary
getting the
from the
salary.
parent agency.
Exactly. But you are not also vacating the position, your prior position in Davao. hiniram ka lang doon, tapos depende yun doon sa humiram sa'yo kung i-renew ka niya. Kung hindi ka niya i-renew, babalik ka doon sa Davao. Di ba tama yun?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Ganun.
Please proceed, Congresswoman Luis.
Ms. Buking, during
Yes,
your stint in Malacanang, that is 2016 to 2022, of course, you've encountered a lot of people close or within the network of the former president. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
That includes Colonel Garma. Yes, Ms. Buking.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Can you please enlighten us? How frequent do you actually meet with Colonel Garma during that time?
I saw her once or twice, Mr. Chair, in Malacanang.
Once
Or twice.
or twice only?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And there was no other encounter at all?
Actually, Mr. Chair, since na-appoint po si Colonel Garma sa PCSO, we have referred patients para po ma-extend yung kanilang assistance sa office of sa PCSO po.
So, in line in connection with that concern, referring patients to PCSO, do you meet and talk with Colonel Garma during that he was already at PCSO?
I call her, Mr. Chair.
So how frequent do you talk, if I may ask? I believe that was 2018.
Once
2000.
or twice, Mr. Chair, because she referred me already to one of her staff. Every time merong referral para hindi ko na po siya ma-disturb.
Prior to her appointment at PCSO, you said a while ago na once or twice mo rin na-meet si Colonel Garma
In Malacanang.
in Malacanang.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Can you please tell us what concern does Colonel Garma have during that time when you encountered her in Malacanang?
Actually, Mr. Chair, umakyat lang talaga siya doon sa office namin and marami din po, almost all of our staff, Mr. Chair, are from Davao. We're from Davao. So parang meron na din po siyang mga nakita at kakilala doon, tapos meron din pong mga nagpa-picture sa kanya kasi nga po na-appoint siya sa PCSO.
So it is just because of the appointment, the reason why she was there.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
With all due respect to the personalities that I will be mentioning, Ms. Buking, but if you are following the investigation, there have been allegations about the reward system of the war on drugs. You're aware of this?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And Senator Bongo is always being implicated every time the reward system is being mentioned. You're also aware of this?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. As one of the people who work in Malacanang during the time of FPRRD, can you please enlighten us? Ano po bang nalalaman nyo dito sa reward system at ano po bang nalalaman nyo about the possible connection of Senator Bongo, if there is any?
I have no knowledge actually, Mr. Chair, about the reward system that is going on within Malacanang, Mr. Chair.
And if you have no knowledge about the reward system of the war on drugs, the more reason that you have no knowledge about Senator Bongo's implication to this reward system.
That's right, Mr. Chair.
But are you aware that there was public pronouncement already coming from another senator, Senator Bato de la Rosa, confirming that even during the time of the former president as mayor of Davao, namimigay na po ng pera si Senator Bongo. What can you say about this?
I have no knowledge of Senator Bongo releasing money po, Mr. Chair.
I understand. Just for the information of the committee, Secretary, can we please flash that poster from the social media where Senator Bongo made this comment that even during the time of the former president in Malacanang, namimigay na ng pera si Senator Bongo. Nevertheless, would you know, Ms. Mok,
Pwede pagalaki. Obsec.
Oh, this is the picture of the person who received help from Senator Bongo through Ms. Moking. Can you confirm that, Ms. Moking? One of the several people you helped.
Actually, Mr. Chair, this person is one of my relatives.
So you confirm that he received help from Senator Bongo through you?
Actually, hindi po ako nagbigay sa kanya ng help, Mr. Chair.
About the senator? He's saying, thank you very much and God bless you more.
Baka, I really don't know, Mr. Chair, pero baka related po siguro sa mga services po ni Senator Bongo under his office.
All right. Secretariat, can we please flash the next slide? The one with the public pronouncement. There. Ang sabi po dito, Ms. Moking, namimigay naman talaga ng pera si Bongo. Inutusan niya ni President Duterte noon pa. Sa Davao pa kami.
I have no knowledge about that, Mr. Chair.
But can you please enlighten us at least? Ano po ba yung perang tinutukoy ni Senator Bongo dito? Would you know if this is the reward system which is being alleged in relation to the war on drugs?
Hindi ko po alam, Mr. Chair. Wala po ako, hindi po siya familiar sa akin, Mr. Chair.
Would you know if this is operational fund of the PNP?
Actually, Mr. Chair, hindi po kasi ako privy sa mga police operations and kaya hindi po ako familiar dito sa sinasabi na.
Yes, I understand. But since you work at the office of the mayor, I'm trying to elicit information if there are chances or incidents when you encountered similar concerns. So, nung naririto po ang dating Pangulo, he was saying walang panggasolina ang mga pulis, kaya namimigay siya ng pera, if my recollection is correct. Hindi po kaya itong perang tinutukoy ni Senator Bongo ay yung tinutukoy ng dating Pangulong panggasolina ng mga pulis?
Actually, Mr. Chair, relate ko lang po ito doon sa naging question din po sa Senate hearing. Ang gasolina po na sinasabi po ni former President was yung binibigay po namin na parang PO slip para po sa mga police precinct. Parang isa din po yun sa support na binibigay ni former President.
By PO, it means purchase order.
Purchase slip.
Purchase slip.
Yes.
So, bibigyan mo siya ng slip para tatakbo na lang ang pulis sa gasolinahan.
Yan po yung style doon, Mr. Chair.
And would you know, Ms. Moking, kasi napakagastos ng police operation, bukod dito sa panggasolina, ano pa po bang assistance na ibinibigay ng ating dating Pangulo sa police operations?
Sa Davao term ito, Mr. Chair.
Davao.
Usually, Mr. Chair, yung mga precinct commanders, gumagawa sila ng letter request addressed to the mayor.
Precinct commanders. Yes.
Yes, gumagawa sila
So,
ng...
what is this request all about?
Like, support, Mr. Chair, aircon, office supplies, normally, mga general services po, Mr. Chair.
General services, that's all.
Basically, yun po yung part of our tasking, Mr. Chair, na nag-a-assist po kami sa mga police and other offices po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Ms. Moking, do you know Rizalina Hustol?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Who is she? For the enlightenment of the committee.
Sa City Government of Davao, Mr. Chair. She was our city accountant.
She used to be the chief accountant of Davao City LGU. Tama po?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
When was this?
Ay, nung 2004 po na working na po ako sa City Hall, sa pagkakaalam ko po, City Accountant na po si Ma'am Rizalina
O
Justo.
baka nauna pa sa'yo?
Yes, I believe.
Okay. So, I understand that similar to you, si Ms. Hustol ay nagtrabaho din sa Malacanang. Do you confirm this?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ano pong trabaho niya sa Malacanang and when did she start?
I believe nauna din po sa akin, Mr. Chair. So parang...
July ka na eh. June 30 lang nag-a-assume.
Actually, Mr. Chair, bali, mas... baka magkasabay. Baka magkasabay.
July 2016 also. And after some time, Ms. Mocking, would you confirm she was appointed as Commission on Audit Chairperson?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Can you please tell us when?
I do not know, Mr. Chair. I do not know the exact date, Mr. Chair.
Can you please at least tell us the year?
2022? I really don't know, Mr. Chair.
All right. But at least you confirmed that she was appointed as COA chairperson. Given this facts, Mr. Chair, I wish to manifest that similar to Ms. Mocking, Rizalina Hustol was able to earn also utmost trust and confidence of the Duterte family, including the people close to the former president. Reason why, from being the chief accountant of Davao, he was even appointed as Executive Secretary for Finance and Administration of OP. Tama ba, Ms. Mocking?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And ultimately, she was appointed as COA chairperson, which I believe is one of the most or one of the highest possible positions one can get in the Philippine government. Ano po bang trabaho ng isang chief accountant? Let's go back to Davao.
Hindi ko po masyadong alam kung anong specific trabaho po ng City Accountant, Mr. Chair.
But at least would you confirm, alam po niya lahat ng pumapasok na pera, lahat ng lumalabas na pera?
Probably, Mr. Chair.
And that includes the confidential fund of the LGU Davao.
Probably, Mr. Chair.
Ano po bang trabaho ng Executive Secretary for Finance and Administration?
I believe, Mr. Chair, is more on finance also, Mr. Chair.
So, I am inclined to believe na alam din po niya ang budget ng OP during the time of the former president and even the expenditures of the office of the president. Tama po ba?
Probably, Mr. Chair.
And of course, you understand the mandate of COA, having worked in the government for so long a time. What do you understand about the work of Rizalina Hustol in the Commission on Audit?
Sorry, Mr. Chair, hindi ko po.
But of course, you will agree with me. They check, they evaluate, they see whether the expenditures were compliant with the rules of the Commission on Audit.
Probably, Mr. Chair.
You work in Malacanang.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Was there any point in time na naka-encounter po kayo ng questions, controversies, notice of disallowances ng OP during her time as COA chairperson?
Hindi po ako familiar, Mr. Chair.
All right, Mr. Chair, I think I am done with Ms. Buking. Thank you, Ms. Mocking.
Welcome, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Luis.
Mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell para sa mga susunod na video updates. Maraming salamat po.